Hey guys, M.K.S here. I've just been for a walk. But earlier on, before I went for my walk, I was thinking about some ideas that I forgot to include possibly in my last video, or some extra ideas I could add. So I know I'm full of ideas like dyslexia, creativity and all that, but I thought I'd try and think of a storyline for Italian football, because I was thinking I'd love to do more stories and lists and things like that, perhaps, or even lists of stories. Anyway, I thought I'd try and include some of the additional ideas I had, and I hope now I'll remember them, but hopefully I won't repeat too many of my previous ideas. But I'm going to talk about some more of my ideas or dreams for Italian football. I thought I'd call it extra time or injury time, or both. So I'm not sure if I can think of another 30-point list as I normally do, but I'll do my best. Anywho, here goes. Number one. I hope to donate as much money as I can to Italian football. I don't know if I included that in my last few videos, like from my own YouTube channels, or think of any ways that can fundraise for Italian football and encourage YouTubers. I think I briefly mentioned that, but specifically maybe even to have like an account that can be used for the betterment or development of Italian football. But I'd love, if I could, I know I'd like to give a lot of money to charity and all that, people in slums and orphanages, what I've talked about, and people from Asia and Africa and places like that, but I'd also love to, so it's a bit of a dilemma, but I thought as well, like, I'd kill two birds with one stone, like in the future, if I made any money off my YouTube videos, if I made enough, I could like buy football kits like Juventus and AC Milan and other Italian football kits and give them to people in Asia, so like, and in footballs, like, which have Italy on, so Italian symbols and whatever, so that I can encourage. At the same time, I'm supporting those people in Asia, but at the same time, I'm supporting those people in Asia, but at the same time, I'm benefiting Italian football, and hopefully in the future they'll support Italian football as well. And also I'll be buying it from those clubs, so hopefully they can reinvest that money, and I hope they'll reinvest it into developing youth and buying young players, buying more players and developing young players. So I maybe like put 10% of the 10% of the money into buying younger players, 10% into buying, into investing in the youth, and 10% to by spending on infrastructure and things like that, like training grounds and things like that, something like that anyway. And then whatever they do with the rest, like to benefit the club, so they can be financially secure. Two, on that note, I'd love to hear other people's ideas about how to fundraise or how Italian football can compete financially with the rest of the world, and encourage sponsors like Red Bull and companies like that. Three, I hope like the Italian League and possibly the Italian FA will look at how to promote Serie A as an ethical thing, and tackle corruption and things like that, and possibly work with FIFA to tackle corruption or match fixing. Unfortunately, Italy's known for that, but like to improve and enhance the reputation, and also like have a list of 30 things that they would ask for from managers or coaches or players, staff and whatever of football clubs, which I hope to come to either today or tomorrow, or ASAP. Number four, I hope for Italy to come up with more ideas of how to compete with rival leagues like the Premier League, and ways to fundraise and keep improving the game and learn philosophies from different countries. Again, I might have touched on that a little bit in my previous videos, but that sort of thing. And again, to host fundraising matches and different events, and possibly bring more people from the community to come play football on the pitches and things like that. Number five, on that note, like things like the San Siro or old stadiums, if a club gets new stadiums or whatever, they could use the older stadiums rather than just demolish them, to use as many pitches as possible for youth training, so young players get to play more and practice more and things like that. Sorry, I'm leaning back a bit because of my back. And share that goal of developing and training up players, and developing youth and things like that, which again is one of the conditions that could be put onto new managers and coaches coming through, and also like develop a code of honor, or things like that. I think I was thinking of two words at the same time. So, I'm on words, but anyway, sorry. A code of conduct, or honor, that is, sorry. And yeah, generally promote that. I think that was number 6. But yeah, to keep training as much as possible. And I also hope to make like a curriculum for Italians to keep busy, or think of new ideas of playing football, which I hope to share with Italians specifically, like on Facebook and things like that. Number 7, I hope to look at how they can improve their diet and exercise, and also like rest, and how physios can make sure they keep in the best physical shape, so that they'll have more stamina and more ability to play, and that sort of thing. What diets they can have, and learn again from other leagues, and like what Arsene Wenger did at Arsenal, how they can develop that sort of diet and things like that, or even other managers. Number 8, I always think of loads of ideas, but like I'm sort of, even though I tried to think on my walk, I did struggle a little bit. So, but yeah, so again, to get like the government and other people in Italy to try and get the pride back and make people love the game again, and again, maybe like work with FIFA, which has got a bad reputation sometimes with match fixing or scandals or not being ethical enough, and Italian football, which has had the same problems, to sort of bring the two things together, like sport I love and the team I love to, or teams I love to, work together to look at how they can root out corruption and that sort of thing, and what ideas they can come up with to root out corruption and make sure the best team wins, which hopefully will be Italy, victorious through superior practice rather than through cheating or anything like that, within the rules of the game. Number 9, I hope that people from Italy will like prioritize football. I mentioned that before, but and also look at how they can practice as much as possible and keep themselves fit and active. Again, improving their diets, not smoking, drinking, or taking drugs, or that sort of thing. And also, football can be used to keep people out of crime, and used as a reward for good behaviour and things like that. And 10, again, hope to look at how Serie A can compete both at youth level and also, like I say, in terms of television rights and all sorts of things like merchandise and marketing the game around the world, and improving relations with other nations, and how to make the Italian league more attractive and popular. And also like former footballers like Roberto Baggio or Paolo Maldini, players like that, Pirlo and players like that. I love for them to have their own academies. And another thing is, I love Italian football to be like tax exempt, so that overseas owners, like people from Arab countries or India or China, business people and all that, can be attracted to invest in Italian football and invest in improving the facilities, training, infrastructure, and all that. And whoever invests in Italian football would have the lowest amount of tax possible. And like companies like Red Bull or Lucozade to invest in parks and playing spaces for Italian players, so young players have more places to practice, and like sponsor footballs and all that, and in return like get really favourable tax deals, and like putting pressure on the government as well to talk about what sort of things they will do to benefit Italian football, both at at club and national level, at local and national level, and international level, I suppose, if you like. Yeah, I think that covers everything. I think I did quite well with time as well, just about 9 minutes. So as ever, please let me know what you think. Did I do a good job or not? Could I improve? I know I did stutter a bit, and I might have repeated some ideas, so I do apologise for that. But anyway, peace and love.